Welcome back, ladies and gents, for the third and final map of this quarterfinals matchup in the DreamHack Austin European Qualifiers. One team will secure their place alongside the other three that have been invited from the E region. And we'll be getting this underway right here, right now. Mirage, Vega Squadron starting on the CT side, hot off the back of a crazy strong performance on Train. Godsent looked out of their depth, to be completely honest. They'll be looking to bounce back. Dust, let's get into this.
Indeed, it's been two one-sided games back-to-back, basically, to get us here to Mirage. And so now we'll see how it plays out here as we do see Pronex lining up the smoke for window room. But JR jumps past it into connector with the P2K, so he could still definitely cause some damage here. Then Mir coming off the catwalk. They're having a good crossfire on connector right now, and they do pick up Schneider.
Solid start. Vega did win the first pistol on Train as well on the CT side. We know how that one went. Kishanda's going to come back for another kill, but here comes Pronax and Lekro, seemingly woken up from their slumber of the previous map. But oh no, the bomb is dropped in jungle, and Hutch is gone for a second one. Lekro picks up the Deagle again into this round, and he gets found by Chopper. As soon as that kill comes out jungle and the bombs drop, that's pretty much rip for the round. Godsent will concede another pistol.
Yeah, again, just a good crossfire set up there on catwalk and connector initially, and then as you noted, Hutji just making a great rotation for a couple of kills, just shutting down the play from Godsent. You will, of course, see them force buy up. They didn't have a bomb plant in the first round, so there's no, ability to kind of save this round and get a full buy in the next. They'll just see what they can do here with these upgraded pistols. Scout into Twist Hand as well, with the head armor involved at the same time. And they're just going to open up fairly default on Godsent. This is going to be kind of their opening formation most rounds. Just go at A, rest kind of working middle and upper B apartments, and, well, there you have it. Vega Squadron just pushing through middle, getting all the frags, and so quick 2-0 around the corner.
Yeah, pretty much is enough for Disco. How much damage can he inflict before inevitably he bites the dust and he's taken out of this round? And the answer is absolutely nobody. So this is going to be a clear second round for Vega, as they've only lost 2 players so far. Indeed, the world of good to their economy, and you're expecting a lot more of the same from this round, as Godsent will have nothing coming into it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a couple of P250s or something, but for the most part, this is going to be a full save. Make sure they can get probably an op in someone's hands in the next round, or at least full rifles, full utility. And yeah, it is just going to be a full-out run with your Glocks out situation here.
That's where the impact of kills in those first 2 rounds really comes into play. And Kashanda, easy sprayed out with the UMP. JL with 2 as well. Yeah, I mean, if they got more kills in that previous round, then you'd expect to see maybe a P250 or something come in. They could justify going for that buy. But as you said, full AKs, nades are plenty. No Molotovs could be a bit of an issue, but smokes is the key part on Mirage. Let's see where they turn their aggression towards.
And Disco Doppling going to be going towards A again. That's kind of his new role on this team. Schneider and Lekro playing over towards upper B. Schneider will probably come underpass. So this is just the 1-3-1 mid-control default type stuff here. But JR actually does get aggressive here, and he gets a kill on the Schneider. And now you also have Kashander pushing A ramp. So very similar to Train where they were pushing the periphery of the map. They're going to do so again here, but Disco Doppler at least reads the A push. Able to get that frag, but oh my goodness, it's just getting a little bit sloppy here in middle, but great recovery from Pronax and Lekro.
It's a good recovery, but look where the bombs dropped, though. And this 2-on-2, with JL playing aggressively up mid. Lands the headshot onto Disco. And that could be all but done for Godsent in a very important round. JR 7-1. He had a lightning first half on Train. 21-6 he ended that halftime score. He performs like that again. It could be a bridge too far for Godsent. Bomb's still out in mid. Lekro has 55 seconds. So plenty of time and a smoke. So don't write him off just yet, but his options are looking pretty scarce here, Dust.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be able to get the bomb, but again, he's just caught in a crossfire from window and catwalk. Unless he can get back to underpass somehow, which he does, but will he overstay his welcome for JR to have a chance here? Yes, he will. That'll be the end of that. So 4-0 for Vega Squadron, and Godsent going to be back onto low money. So this could be where Vega starts building up a really big lead. And again, it's kind of deja vu from Train, when you would see, like, Vega was like pushing Ivy or inner halls. In this situation, you have them pushing underpass and pushing A ramp. So will Godsent be able to catch on to the aggression and handle a little bit better than they did on Train? Is going to be the big question.
So far, gone the exact same way as Train CT side for Vega. JR still without his AWP, doesn't really need one. But there are Deagles in the hands of Godsent, and that's where, oddly enough, most of their success came on the Train. T side. The full deco around, they won one. Lecro was consistently a threat with his deagle. He is a very good deagle player, and there is JR getting himself smashed by Disco. Did jump up and made himself very much a target in window. Bit of a misplay, and he does pay the ultimate price. Mia, now on short, could be following suit, but does get the drop onto Disco. 1-for-1 trade. Hutchie with his MP9 in B-Apps could very well spray down onto Pronax, who is going to drop the bomb behind him. Finally, the kill should come through. Runs out of MP9 bullets. Jesus, that is a rough trade, isn't it, to watch?
That was a little bit nuts, wasn't it? But now everyone's starting to recover here. They are going to be able to get the better trade into the B apartments. Now they have a 3-on-2. Pronax very low on HP. He'll go down as well. And so this is pretty much all she wrote for the 5th round here. Only Twist left with the deagle, unless he can make a miracle happen. That's a good start.
And he's also tagged up Hutchie so low. 35 seconds left, not in a huge rush to come out. Drop out into the open, but that's going to cost him his life. Vega take the 5-0, and hey, Ruben, double escape, my bro. They can't see health for ammo.
Good deal. And so Twist will have the op this time, so maybe that'll help their mid control a little bit more, as usually you're going to see Twist, Schneider, and Pronax kind of be the main leads of trying to get mid control. And that's going to be the case this time around as well, it appears. As Pronax is kind of one of the guys who really brought the mid-control meta to Mirage, right? I mean, this map was really heavily based on A executes, but then with the older Fnatic lineups, Pronax really kind of showed the power that mid-control could have, and that's really been the meta ever since, is to play this 1-3-1 type stuff.
And surely one of these rifle rounds has to stick sooner rather than later for Godsent. Ooh, not too far off on the shot there on Mia. You can see the bullet hole from Mia's perspective. A little bit too far to the right-hand side.
I think they did get Schneider into ladder room as well, which again is another trademark of Pronax's mid-control philosophy, is to get someone in ladder room, then kind of back off slowly, withdraw, and get into some type of situation to split one of the sites. And as you can see, this time it's going to be splitting A. So yeah, this is just kind of vintage Pronax's approach to Mirage. We're just going to leave Schneider here, much like he used to leave Olafmeister here, and then just back off into an A ramp and Palace split. We are going to see Lecro in the Palace, and then 3 members at A ramp with the bomb included.
You know, we'll take down Disco, continuing his solid form. Mia will get traded out by Schneider, the player that you did highlight before. He's a very offensive position, but he gets picked on the cross by JR, who's now going to turn his attention towards the ramp side, peeks out, doesn't land the shot that cost him his life. And although JR's gone to task with 2 kills, the rest of his team now have to try and funnel their way from the B side and retake A, as Pronax will get this plant down. It's going to be planted for ramp. And judging by the utility, or lack of utility for Vega Squadron, this is going to be a big ask. They can't smoke off any of these sides, because Shadow's going to be making a move around. Pronax misses a few shots and gets punished, and that could be the determining factor in this round. That could be the linchpin moment, as now Kishanda's going to go for a second frag, looking for a third one. The call will come out. That's on Lecro. 2 kills go his way. Hutchie against Lecro. There is a kit in the hands of Hutchie, who's going to hold on to it. Pros don't fake. Hutchie could be getting this one, but no, Lecro gets the wall on 3 clutch. He pulls it off for Godsent.
Nope, no he does not. The defuse did come through Metis.
Oh my god. How close was that then? I'm a complete moron.
And there was a big notification that said Vega Squadrons won the round. Oh. But it was very close. It was indeed very close. I can understand how you were really just in the zone on that. Almost pulled it off, Lecro, indeed.
Failure, boy.
It's all good, man.
Nope.
Look what you've done. I was making a Starboy joke.
I just wanted Lecro to pull it off so bad for Godsent, but nah, Vega have got it, mate. Rip.
Indeed. But luckily, with that bomb plant and the loss bonus combined, Godsent still able to get a full buy here, including the op in Twist hands. But as you noted, Twist had a real rough time on train, and so far things aren't shaping up much better in Mirage Dream. He's 1-6. So not having that impact with the AWP in either of these maps thus far. Oh man, that's...
Kashanda, jeez. He's just going to come up with a double spray, and this is exactly what Godsent weren't looking for. You know, we said this before on train, that Vega Squadron got off to a crazy good start. You can't afford them another one here. At least Twist comes back for a kill. Has the damage already been done? Mid-control completely wiped off the table. Godsent will come back in for seconds, but Mir is still there in window.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Pronax knows he's in this corner, so yeah, he's going to get blindsided, and now Mir can just quickly get back into ladder room as well and reapproach things from the catwalk. So really good positioning there. JR putting his op to work. He's had no trouble having an impact with his AWP throughout this best of 3. That'll be the final blow for that round. He's 12-3 already in 7 rounds played, and remember, he had a big game on Train, so he's definitely been one of the stars for Vega Squadron in this best of 3.
Yeah, I don't think he's had a poor map. Even on Overpass, he was looking pretty good from what I can remember.
Yeah.
So consistently been quite the beast. Up in the hands of Twist, who had a really rough time on Train. Not too much better this time around. Of course, speaking of JR, he's going to miss that first shot. Lands it on the second time of asking. And Shopper's there as well. Godsent battered and bruised. They're looking to push their way onto A with Disco, but down he gets put alongside Pronax, and this is deja vu from Train. Vega, they are just looking unstoppable.
Again, it's just the aggression from Vega Squadron. Not even pure aggression. It's not necessarily pushing. It's just the forward positioning that they get, like with Mir inside ladder room, or with someone actually taking fights from connector. Or the other big thing is Vega Squadron aren't keen to just give up window room. Like a lot of teams, when smokes go into window room, they'll just kind of back off and they'll just kind of give up middle, so to speak, and just kind of maybe do some type of crossfire from connector and catwalk. But the point is they don't really have like a much presence on middle a lot of the time. But we've seen Vega Squadron time and time again really, you know, put positioning on middle, like have 2 or 3 guys really focused on it. I mean, they had that one round where sure they let Schneider get into ladder room, and that's like the one round Godsent actually had their best chance of winning a round, because they actually got into like a post plant scenario and they just got caught by an A ramp flank and lost the round on a retake. But ever since that round, Vega Squad has never really allowed Godsent to do that again, like get control of ladder room and get like better control of middle and be able to set something up. They've been disrupting that actively. Even like with underpass pushes that have been put in there as well at different times from Vegas. So like similar to Train when they were getting a lot of forward positioning on ladder room and T-connector and stuff like that, they're doing a lot of the same thing here on Mirage. And it feels like Pronax is having a hard time making things happen when he doesn't get that initial room to work with. That, and like I said, Twist has been off really both these maps that we've seen, Train and Mirage thus far. Schneider's also not like no one's really having a good game here for Godsent on this T side. No one's really finding the entries.
Yeah, I feel like the only consistent thing about Godsent so far today has been Lekro. Like he's been a threat. Maybe he hasn't been playing up to 100%, but he's certainly been the player that stood out to me, especially in Overpass. He was really solid. But yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, Schneider's not really been here today. Twist 2-8 again. Hasn't been doing much with the AWP. I can't really think of too many AWP frags we've seen him land. And 8-0, tactical timeout called. Seeing the buy come to fruition now with the Swedes. It's going to include 2 UMPs, a couple of pistols, AK. Not too much to buy on their hands. Not too much of an arsenal to play with. Vega, of course, right back into this with a solid purchase. And they're going to have buys for the next round or two as well, even if Godsent do win. There is no easy ground to be given across now. Godsent have got to take it all. And you feel like if they want any chance, probably 5 rounds again is what they'll be aiming for.
Yeah, they're going to do a low buy here, or I guess as much as they can afford. And they're going to be doing like a heavier A execute. They do have one mid lurk here at the top of cap, but everyone else is focused up over towards A ramp. So we are going to see the smokes coming over into the A bomb site. So just your typical 3 smoke execute onto A. And you can see that Vega, they're just holding back and playing retake. JR is playing behind those smokes. Chopper holding back in the CT spawn. And they're able to, you know, catch these pushes for the most part. Lekro finally breaks through a little bit and the bomb gets planted, but can they really hold off a 3-on-4?
Well, they're going to have to if they want to continue this aggression. Twist is going to get himself a kill. Does actually get that for pretty much for free. Doesn't take any damage in the process. AK-47 for him now, but flashbangs in his eyes. That Molotov is so brutal as well. It's going to allow the 2 CTs to move in position on the site. As Twist is still trying to get work done. He's had a poor day today. This would maybe make him enter some of it. Not quite. And there is enough time for this defuse as well, just about. So Vega will pick off a 9-0 lead. Doesn't get too much more brutal than what we're witnessing right now. These last two maps, Godsent have just not been in them whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, Vega Squadron just read that perfectly, just kind of understanding what was coming. Just Chopper just falling back in the spawn deep. JR just staying alive behind the smokes over towards the stairs. And just being able to play the retake efficiently. And so now it's 9-0. With the bomb plant and the lost bonus combined, Godsent able to go ahead and get a full AK by a full utility as well. They're going to go back to their 1-3-1 mid-control setup. Hasn't been working out so well for them, though. Again, I think Vega's done a good job challenging through connector and window and ladder room and playing forward positions, which they do have the same thing here. I think Mir's actually pushed underpass. Could catch Lekro here. That's a big kill for Lekro. This finally gives him some room to work with, and Pronax chimes in, so they really can't be losing this round now. This should be their first round on the board.
You'd really hope so. For their mentality,
that helps.
On top of everything else. Lekro, a tasty wallbang into the head of Hutchie, and we'll try and force his will on the B side. Bomb still hasn't transitioned just yet. This does give Chopper maybe a hope of getting some work done, but he's going to get picked off on the side unless he's careful. And there we have it. Lekro with a third kill in the round. Shanda, long range, can't get the spray into effect on Twist. Welcome to the scoreboard, Godsent. Hopefully, from their perspective, the first of many.
And the only difference there is that Godsent actually catches the aggression and wins all those fights, right? They catch the push underpass. They catch a player trying to push upper B apartments. They get the window pick as well. So just all the picks went their way that time. And what was basically a pick-based strategy. So we'll see if they can keep that up or not. I mean, they do have the off back and twist hands now at middle, and they're going to do basically the same 1-3-1 opener. Ooh, that incendiary misses on a window, but there's no one there to punish them for that.
Yeah, player and connector is Kashanda, but he's also already been tagged down to 44. Can't be playing too aggro. He'll be using that smoke and the connector wall. That warm embrace to try and keep himself alive for the time being. Chopper's also got his back, so double player spray down is very much a potential. Well, JR is on the stairs, so this is a bit of an unorthodox setup. Very centralized around connector and stairs of Vega Squadron at the time being.
Oh, look at this boost from Mir. That's nasty.
Not able to get the kill so far, though. Lekro is being tagged, seems to know where it's coming from, but he's already dropped to 28. So that boost is successful in stopping the B aggression. But as we can see from our perspective, it's going to be mid, where the bulk of the terrorists are going to be trying to impose their will. 1-for-1 trade. Lekro's down low. Chopper uses the smoke, just dissipating in the nick of time. And he will pick himself up a kill. It's looking bad for Godsent. They needed consistency. They needed consecutive rounds. And it seems to be crumbling right here.
It's not looking too good at all. Bomb down and connector. Only 30 seconds left on the clock. Lekro, though, is able to catch some aggression here at middle. But JR just trades it right back. And with this little time left and only one member still standing on the board, that's Disco Doppelin. This should be a 10th round for Vega. And I actually was a little bit worried for Vega in this round because while they did have a lot of focus on connector, they didn't really have anyone catwalk. Both those players were really deep into the B-bomb site. So it felt like if there was a bit heavier presence at A-ramp or something like that, that round actually could have gone south for Vega. They were really committed just to putting heavy numbers towards connector and only really attacking Godsent at middle from one angle. But luckily they won those fights, and so they continue to build up a massive lead.
GR 17-4, Kashana 12-6. It's typically been these two guys over these few rounds, and maps that have been lighting it up. Disco straight through the Tech 9, so maybe aggression is the key for the terrorists. Mia slightly off with that spray. Schneider could end up dying as a result of that nade, but not quite.
How lucky,
on the right
man.
Side of the wall. I don't know how he's still alive on 6 health, but it seems like this could be the round for Godsent. It kind of came out of nowhere, just a straight up rush on the A side through mid and ramp.
Yep. Looked like a phase round, man. Just really well known for doing those fast connector pushes. They just kind of break that out, just kind of flip the switch, pick up the pace. Does pan out.
Desperate to hold on to these two M4s, the Vega Squadron. Mia's going to put down Pronax and Tech 9. And Disco will play no further part. I think they're actually shooting each other from connector. Yep. It's a bit awkward as Godsent to nearly kill the road. Lekro, in the meanwhile, is going to survive with Twist. And those two M4s will be taken off the map. This does mean that Vega can go for another buy, but it is going to hurt their nade total quite a bit as a result of losing those two M4s. They did come back into this one with an AWP.
Yeah, I mean, their economy reset there. is going to hurt, but they can also reset Godsent right back, and then that would probably put them in good position to just close out the half 12-3. Twist, though, finally getting a nice pick. It's been one of the few decisive picks he's really had throughout this best of 3. Coming at a good time, too, because Godsent are running out of chances. And that'll give Schneider the ability to have some freedom to come to connector. There's really no presence there. They're both pushed up on A ramp.
Oh, that's a key kill. Hutchie onto Pronax through the smoke. Not just the fact it's a kill, but also the position of where it came down on short, stopping them from being a nuisance on the catwalk side for JR to deal with. He can now focus his attention into B apps, which is where Lekro is on the prowl. Lands the headshot. JR was not expecting that one, and now Lekro can try and force his way through. The bomb is coming around the back as well for Twist. Chopper has rotated through the T-spawn, so that's information, but Hutchie needs to get at least one kill from his endeavor, and he's going to do just that. Lands the spray onto Lekro, and now the bomb still in B-Apps is about to get aggressive from Chopper from the backside. Bomb drops, and Godsent's chances go with it. It's going to ask a lot from Schneider, and he's not going to get it done. That was a round you feel Godsent could have taken. Instead, Vega extend their lead 11-2.
Yeah, the combination of Lekro getting the pick off Leopard B apartments and the fact that Schneider was making a good flank through window room was all stacking up nicely for Godsent to take the round, but the big problem was that flank from Chopper through Upper B apartments. You know, that was the kind of the checkmate to get behind the bomb and take him down. So despite the efforts of Schneider getting into connector early on and using it as a flanking opportunity, you just get shut down by the fact that Chopper had a nice flank at just the right time. So even when Godsent feels like they're doing well, it seems like Vega Squadron just happens to be kind of like a step ahead. And now we're into the last rounds of the half.
It feels like that kill from Hutchie onto Pronax was huge on Catwalk as well, because JL could just hold his position, didn't have to worry about anything, allow Chopper to come around the backside. And as you say, we are getting towards the end of the half, and Godsent, they can take 4 out of this, maybe. They can get that pistol, but it's, well, it's a complete landslide in this round. Well, just the 1 kill for the terrorists. The bomb dropped out in the open on A. You better believe the CTs are going to come out the woodwork and try and stack on that one. Schneider with 1 deke onto Chopper, but that's the last thing he'll do in this round. Now, Disco's UMP at range, not the greatest of weaponry. Especially considering that Kashanda knows his position has moved up into sandwich. This crossfire is looking pretty solid for Vega Squadron. Disco does have an AK now. 67 health and plenty of nades to play with, and JR gets the nade on his forehead. Okay, things are now interesting. 40 seconds left. Disco unsure as to where Kashanda is. He's checking all of his angles, and he checks the right one at the end. Disco gets the clutch, and a 4K keeps the AWP in play. Maybe Godsent still have a couple twists and turns in this chapter yet.
They should be able to put a 4th round together. I mean, as far as when you look at equipment value, I mean, Vega Squadron has very little to work with in this round, having their economy reset again here at the end of the half. Just some CZs, a couple of Deagles. They do have head armor on everyone, but they don't really have much utility for retakes, so they really have to kind of win fights early on. And they're going to get aggressive with these pistols. Not a bad idea. It's been kind of their bread and butter throughout this best of 3. Now, most of the time they've been successful with these aggressive type pushes on the map. This forward presence they have at middle. Everyone just kind of held back right now for Godsent. And Chopper's Deagle going to light up the board.
Godsent need this so desperately. Chopper with another 1-tap. Now 3-on-3. Still the firepower in favor of Godsent. But again, there is going to be a flank. Kashanda around on the T side with the CZ. Chopper is going to be hiding here in the meanwhile. He keeps looking through the wall. Dannon would have a
He's on the gear, boys.
This game. He would actually be having, like, quite the video made of this game, I would imagine. It's going to be taking mid-control. Here comes Kashanda from the back. He's looking at the boxes. And Disco goes on to Chopper, so it would appear this round could be in the books, or maybe not. Hutchie comes through with 2 kills for the CZ. And he has enough bullets to make this a very enticing prospect for Vega Squadron. Lekro with the Galil, he has been the standout player today. He's on 15 for 11. He's by far and away top fragging for Godsent.
Yep.
He has 35 seconds to try and get that bomb and make use of it.
I mean, he really has no idea where this player could be, so he has to take his time with everything. He's running out of time is the biggest problem. As he's got the bomb, he feels like B is a threat, and he would normally be right, but the crazy thing is Hutchie's actually just played the long con. He's run all the way around the come-up catwalk. Lekro should never really expect this. He's probably thinking market, upper B apartments. Probably not thinking that this guy's going to be flanking him cat that quickly. But now that noise cue should give him...
Yeah. I think he's of the mind now that he knows exactly where Hutchie is. Hutchie, it's up to him to try and suss out where Lekro is at this stage. Uses a flashbang to check B-apps. Lekro's still laid in wait on the barrier. And there is the kill. It is going to be Godsent picking up a 4th round. Not a great T-half, but a lot better than what it was looking like it would go. Right. I think at one stage it was, what, 8-0, 9-0, something like that.
Yeah, again, it was one of those things where early on in the half, it felt like a deja vu of Train, where Godsent were just struggling with Vega taking forward position, or making flanks through A ramp, or pushing underpass. They just were having trouble handling all of that. And then after that, their big problem was, sure, they could get mid control, but then they couldn't really do anything with it, right? Like, they weren't able to do, like, their ace what's up connector in A ramp. Like, Disco Doppelin, short of that quad kill round where he clutched, he had a really rough time ever creating any pressure on the A side of the map from ramp or palace. Which normally, if you're going to do some type of mid control into an A split, you have to be able to get some pressure up ramp or palace in combination with your player's mid coming connector to crack open the A site, and it never really happened. And then, yeah, he's not really able to get much going from B. I mean, occasionally Lekro had some good picks out of the B apartments to open up a B bomb site push, but again, for the most part, they kind of got held up in middle a lot of the time. Until like the last few rounds of the half, and they finally started piecing things together. But again, you got to wonder if maybe they let the lead get too big from Vega, especially if they lose this pistol round.
Yeah, it's a must-win round for Godsent now. They all know it. I'll certainly be on board with that. Full Kevlar purchase for Vega. No utility, and they've lost the first head. That's going to be Kishanda going down, one of the key instrumental men for Vega Squadron. Lekro will get the kill on Hutchie as he tries to retreat from the B-apps. And now the rotation through underpass towards connector. Chopper's already in sandwich, so he has some presence on A. He's going to try and make the most of that, but he hasn't got out onto the site itself. He's still stuck in a very claustrophobic area of sandwich. Disco jumped up onto the box alongside Schneider. Is going to be able to try and rattle off some shots, but that's going to cost Schneider his life. For now, the bomb is transitioning to the A side of the map. This could be the plan. It's very much on how Chopper can deal with this aggression. And it seems the CTs are happy enough to let that bomb plant go down as long as they can get the retake. Chopper able to scamper away into the corner just outside ramp as 3 Pronax players come in. Pronax being one of them. And lands the headshot onto Chopper. Bomb getting defused in amongst all the chaos. Here comes JR. Only good for the 1 kill. Mir trying to try and tap from long range. He's going to pick up the first one. The bomb is planted for him. Mir gets the second one. But Pronax is defusing. And he's going to get it done. So close, though, by Mir to pull off a miraculous clutch. The Godsent have got it.
I mean, they played that out perfectly. I mean, they planned it exactly what they wanted to. They had Mir on catwalk, the perfect position to battle and contest any type of defuse attempt, but just couldn't find the mark in that smoke grenade on the last player. That was definitely down to the wire, though. Vega almost pulled that one out. Like I said, they really planned that perfectly and how they wanted to do post-plant. Just didn't quite connect the bullets there in the end from Mir. But with that, they're going to be able to just go ahead and get a lot invested in this round. They're not going to take the second round save approach to a full buy in the third. They're going to go ahead and buy up what they can now, which includes an AK on Mir, as well as a couple of umps in play as well. So this could be quite dangerous for Godsent. Jesus, Chopper's been unreal with this Deagle, man.
Of course it's Chopper, isn't it? Who else would it be with the 1Ds? He's such an animal with the gun. Already, Vega Squadron have a player advantage. Make it 2 as Twist is going to turn his attention towards the A side of Palace and Ramp. And Kishanda will get him from behind from Connector. Godsent just can't catch a break here. There's another trade going against them. A 1 HP hero of Kishanda will silence Schneider. And now Lekro. Oh man, he must be so disappointed to be in this situation in the first place. There's the first one. It'll be the easiest of the kills. The 1 HP has gone for Kishanda. But the real problem here is that Mia, once again, is watching from catwalk. Even if Lekro gets out into the open, Mia should have him on the cross. And there we have it. Spray. He's going to be on point. Vega Squadron pick up a 12-5 lead.
It's like that one meme, like where Lekro's like, "Why you ain't help me?"
Oh, this is rough to watch from his perspective, man. Like, he always seems to be the last player alive. He's
I mean, the second
kills.
place guy on his team has 10 frags, and 4 of them came in one crazy clutch round. So in reality, when you're looking at like a consistent performance across the map, Lekro's been far and ahead of anyone else on his team. And that's not the only thing, right? I talked a lot about what went wrong in the first half, just from an overall team perspective. But yeah, it's been rough pickings here for Godsent, and now they're just on upgraded pistols on their own.
Well, Godsent digging deep with this force buy, scraping the very bottom of the barrel. And did Twist just get naded by his own teammate? I have no idea, but JR's going to wreck him through the smoke anyway. I'm pretty sure that Twist got naded from Catwalk, which was Disco Doplin's nade, I think.
Look at this. What is going on?
Schneider, laid in wait. Will get one kill, not a second. Was hoping he saw another couple players come up connector there for a preemptive A hits. Not quite.
He had the right idea, just didn't unfold the way he wanted to. Unfortunately, 1-for-1 trade in this situation is just not good enough. I like the idea, though. The merits were there.
Yeah, I mean, in that kind of scenario, you kind of have to just bide your time and hope for the best. You know, when you got a CZ. Nearly worked out, as you said. Not quite. Godsent have 33 seconds trying to defend these bombs. 30 seconds, which Vega Squadron certainly can use on the B side. And we'll get the first one. Here comes Disco with his Deagle. Going to try and make some crazy play happen. Not going to get forced on this occasion. Godsent likely will concede this round. A 3-on-1. Pronax is going to go for it. He's going to go for broke. Oh, switches to an 8 at the worst possible second. As Mir goes for the peak. 13-5.
And money's low on Godsent because, I mean, they had their money reset, their winning pistol, losing second. They tried to force up behind it, and they wound up losing the rounds. So it's just, this is Godsent in rough shape at this point. Again, very reminiscent of what we saw in the last map on Train. This round, they're pretty much taking a full save. Sure, a couple of P250 investments, but definitely making sure they're going to have enough money to buy in the next round. Challenge Vega as they go for map point. Just to stack over towards middle and A right now. They do get the first pick on the JR, but I mean, the bomb and everyone else is over towards B apartments, basically, so they should be able to lock up a bomb plant. But as I say that, the rotate's coming in from Lekro and Disco Doplin.
The problem here really is the lack of Kevlar and only a UMP to use. So even if they can get a rotation coming in, it's so unlikely to get anything from this. They've now got an AK, so maybe that one-tap potential could be the difference maker, but just looking for positives in a sea of negatives for Godsent. Seems like a drop in the ocean. So
yeah, this is their last chance.
Do or die. Yeah, they're going to get a decent buy. It's going to include an AWP and M4s. It's going to be glass cannon AWP Twist. But this is it. This is pretty much their last chance to get anything done.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you figure if you lose this round, you're basically down to a situation where like you're only getting there's very little money in the next round, just under 3K. I think 2,900, right, is what will be the next loss bonus. So it's looking rough.
Yeah, plus the fact you'll have 10 match points to try and defend. So there is no leeway, there is no room for error. Disco Doplin hiding on the short side of B. They are going to be pulling Twist around, so 3 players on B for the time being. We can see from our perspective the bomb's still at T spawns. No declaration of intent has been made just yet by Vega Squadron. They're keeping their options open, and with the opening pick onto Pronax, things have got even more dicey. He's going to force Schneider out into the opening. He's going to get himself the kill onto Kashanda. And trade for the AK. Decent trade, but now he's going to get aggressed on from Connector, which is where Hutchie is laid in wait. Schneider made a bit of noise there, so that's going to cost him his life. Player advantage does keep in for Vega Squadron, and Chopper with a double headshot onto Lekro, just completely neutralizing him. Twist comes back with a kill of his own. But it looks as though this could be Godsent conceding another one.
I almost gotta wonder if it's worth saving these guns. Now they're not gonna really have much of a chance, are they? The op's already down from Twist. It's been collected. There's just Disco left in a 1v3, no kits. Let's get the kill onto JR, but again, he doesn't really have time, unless there's a kit down on the site somewhere.
Yeah, no kit pretty much means no win in this scenario. Hoping for the best. Tickles the bomb. There's Chopper. 15-5. 10 match points for Vega Squadron to knock out Godsent and to progress through to the semi-finals. And I believe they face Kingwin, is that correct?
Yeah, the winner of this will take on Kingwin, and then we basically have the winner of Mouse Sports and whoever the heck the other team name is.
Big and Hellraisers.
Yeah, Big and Hellraisers are the other one as well.
They were delayed. I think Big had some issues, so that's probably going to be ending a little bit after this one. But yeah, let's see how this map concludes.
Indeed. Can Godsent muster up something, or will it be Vega Squadron? I don't know if you'd really call this an upset. I think these teams are kind of on equal footing when you think about recent past. I think that the way in which Vega just tore them apart in these two maps, though, may be a bit surprising. Maybe hoping a little bit closer contest.
Let's see. Scout, Deagle, a couple of UMPs from us. Then you have a kit, and they're going to be stacking on the A side, leaving Disco by himself. I think Godsent's head's pretty much gone at this stage, honestly. After starting so well on Overpass, it went so brutally wrong on Train, and now here we are on Mirage. A very similar scenario. 50 seconds left. Vega Squadron do pick up the ball. I'm going to be heading towards the B side of the map and into Disco Doplin's back pocket. Oh, Chopper, what the hell? Disco did not stand a chance. The B side has been ripped open. And now Lecro and his Deagle are the next to fall. This is going to be the GG. Vega Squadron will progress through to the semi-finals. I just can't see how this retake comes in.
Yeah, I mean, a decent crack at it from Twist with the Scout headshot, but now Mir takes down Schneider, and you only have the flank from Catwalk, which now has been collected as well. And there you have it. Vega Squadron, dominant wins on Train and Mirage. Take the series 2-1. Good start from Godsent to win Overpass in very convincing fashion, but from that point forward, just really weren't in this series. Again, we kind of don't want to beat a dead horse and just be redundant, but it really was just a situation where at different points throughout these two maps, Godsent couldn't handle Vega's aggression, couldn't find space to work with, and just in general, I felt like Godsent's T-sides were a bit sloppy on Train, and then on Mirage, it felt like they knew what they wanted to do, but they just weren't able to create the presence they wanted. Particularly, Disco Doplin at A wasn't really able to help out with the mid control to get A splits going. Short of like one round where Snyder got ladder room control and they worked from that, they weren't really able to get past like the initial stage of mid control and actually get into connector or get up catwalk. Just really well played CT sides by Vega Squadron on Train and Mirage, and they'll take it and move on. Again, I wouldn't really call this an upset. I think these teams are kind of on equal footing these days. But certainly great news for Vega Squadron, because it'd be cool to see them have another opportunity to get to LAN and see what they can do. Obviously caught the world's attention at the E-League qualifiers. Didn't do so hot at Leipzig, but maybe getting to another event will be able to show us more. I think you're already starting to see more out of this team, right? It felt like it was the Mir show early on, but now you're seeing guys like Kashander and JR really kind of show that they have some talent as well.
Yeah, Kashander in particular, alongside JR, have been very, very impressive today. JR's AWPing on the CT sides. He does seem to drop down a little bit on T sides, but his CT side AWPing is pretty crazy good. However, that is going to be the end of this matchup. To give you guys a general idea of what's happening in the other games, Hellraisers Big is currently 1-0 to Hellraisers, who took down Train 16-9, and currently in the second map, Overpass is 11-4 at half-time from what I can see. So it could be a Hellraisers maybe edging ahead in that game, but we will be bringing you the action very shortly. I think we'll be casting Mouse Sports against the winner of Hellraisers Big in the next match here on the official stream. You can catch the other games going on. There's open IPs in the other games, so sure, just jump across, find a stream for the game you're interested in watching. But for me and Dust, we are going to head back to a commercial break. We're joining you live for the next game in the semi-finals when it's live. Be right back.